Man, another one. God dog. Jerry. Alright, this is the perfect day, man. I've been wanting to talk about this for a minute, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it out the way. Jerry, you open up this door, big dog. What a perfect day to explain this. I literally been wanting to talk about this for a while. And sometimes you say, you know what? That's not really football related, but it is. Jerry and Stephen Jones are the Kardashians of NFL football. And we gonna talk about it. Because their style of business is getting in the way of winning. They don't care. They're gonna continue to put it first. It is nothing we can do as fans but sit back and just let them do it. But this the show that's gonna make it clear what they're doing and how this is not good for us. A milli. I should be saying a billion. A billion. Because that's what we dealing with. We talking billions today. Because this is a game that's been played. Oh, man. Hey, and the book is finished. It's going to be uploaded either tonight or tomorrow morning. So, we going to have that too. So, it's going to be, we're going to just explain this. It's also Freestyle Monday, so we're going to open up the phones. Like we always do on Freestyle. So, if we call it a freestyle, that means we talking to you. So, as usual, y'all give me a second. I gotta fly this plane. Give me 1 second to get everything working right. Be right back. All right, I see y'all in the building, man. I see you. Ali, I see you. What's up, man? True Vibes, I see you. Yes, indeed. Yeah, y'all in here deep, man. Y'all came in here not playing around. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Be a million. Yeah, man. Welcome to BossCowboySports, man. Welcome to BossCowboySports, man. We can't wait to talk about this one today. Dealing with God dog. Dealing with them Dallas Cowboys. Being the Kardashians of the NFL football team. And yes, they are. And it's sad to watch. I'm already seeing y'all comments. Y'all feeling me already. Y'all should already know I'm going. But yeah, we a laughing stock, man. I want us to be a football first organization, but we not, man. But as always, before I get into the content, let me say on my lows, Coach Marv in the house. He said, boss, I was checking when you were coming. Yeah, I know. I've been writing that book. I finished it, and I just need to upload it. That's all I got to do. So, y'all be on the lookout for the Boss Cowboy third book on this off season. I'm excited about that, because then obviously together we go perfect it. You know, it's never perfect when it first comes out. That's the rough draft, and then we kind of debate it out together. So I love weed. He said been up since smack around the world. No doubt, bro. Chris say, what's up, boss? What's going on, Chris? Make sure y'all also go to the channel. If y'all haven't, make sure y'all go support the OC's last 2 videos. He killed it, man. But obviously it's always good to see y'all in the building. Jessica, hold down Facebook. As you can see, Facebook allows the emojis to go into the show. She said hi. What's up, Jessica? Good to see you. Dale Prime, what's up, my dog? He said, what's up, boss? Salute to the chat, man. Always good to talk to you, my dog, Dale Prime. But just kind of getting right into this content, you know, I can already, you know, sense a lot of people like, what are you talking about? What do you mean the Dallas Cowboys are the Kardashians of football? Well, they are, and today made it even more clear. All right, so let me just kind of get into it real quick. So Jerry already been talking, all right, and I've been seeing a lot of people trying to figure out, like, what is Jerry talking about? So this came out today. Jerry Jones on off-field attention. Keyword, attention. Okay? Stay with me. He said this: when you spend 30-something years saying, look at us. Oh my God. Hey, wait, you're looking away. When we're the Cowboys, look at us. When it's been that way, then when you have some things you might not want to look at, you get looked at. That's good. And a lot of people couldn't figure out what he was talking about. Man, Jerry Jones was talking about publicity. That's what he was talking about. A lot of people were scratching their head like, huh? What was that? Yeah, he was talking about publicity. And that's exactly why he's and Steven are exactly like the Kardashians. They are the same. So let me give you some background real quick. So Kim, bless her heart, she, you know, she really not known for anything. She has no real skills, right? But what jumped her off and what built her wealth was her first sex tape with Ray J. And why did she do it? And what does this got to do with the Cowboys? Well, she did it because her friend at the time, one of her good friends, Paris Hilton, had her sex tape, which then led to a reality TV show. And that led to Paris making some money, and a lot of money. Well, Kim, her good friend at the time, ran the exact same play. She leaked, you know, I ain't gonna say who leaked it, but somebody leaked that tape. But from that tape, she figured out the game plan that the Dallas Cowboys are doing to this day, that she also gave to her sisters and her whole family. That basically, you don't really gotta have success as long as you're a master at publicity. So when you look at the family of the Kardashians, right, and you look at it, they do exactly what Jerry Jones and Steven does. When you commit to publicity money, the issue is to be a master of publicity. Nothing can be sacred. Nothing. You have to allow the cameras, yoga, fire, into your personal business at all times. And when you do that, the people watch. And the more they watch, the more it generates wealth from eyeballs. Because those eyeballs are a very big thing. Huge. The eyeballs is what allow companies to sell ads. So for instance, even me with YouTube, right? The real key is I can be somebody that peddle products to the people that subscribe to BossCowboySports. It's a lot of YouTubers that do that, and they do it successful. They're very good at it. They go sell you jerseys. They go sell you merchandise. They're going to sell you tickets. They're going to continue to live off of the support that they built. And I have no problem with that. But you actually don't even have to do that if you grow enough followers on YouTube or any social media platform. Because when you're on a social media platform, if you notice, a lot of times ads pop up as you watching one of these videos. Every time those ads pop up, us YouTubers get paid. So the key to growing financially is growing more views. And that's exactly what Steven and Jerry do all the time. And that's exactly what he was talking about. See, let me show y'all something. Y'all be patient with me. Y'all be patient with me. Let me show y'all. It's sometimes better to show you than to tell you. Okay? Give me a second. Let me set it all up. Let me get it all right. Y'all be patient with your boy. I got it here. So, let's take a look at something. When you open up your whole life to the cameras and all your drama, people watch it and it generates a whole lot of money. So even if you look at the net worth of those Kardashians as a family, it says Kim, Khloe, Kourtney Kardashian, Kris, Kendall, and Kylie are worth a collective $2 billion.
Yoga fire.
Yeah. What's up, Miss Charles? Yeah, $2 billion with no talent. Can she sing? No. Can she dance? No. Is she just amazing at entertaining? No. But what does she do to generate so much wealth? Open up them cameras to your house and show everybody your sides. Show everything about you. The good, the bad, the ugly. And we go watch. And as we watch, those advertising dollars to the roof. So a lot of people sitting back and they'll say, so why do we always talk? Why do we always got to put everything in the media? Why? To be honest, it's all about the money. It's the root of all evil, y'all. Because it's a lot of stuff that we do that is not good business and football business. So when you go look at Jerry is worth a whopping $10.6 billion. But Robert Kraft is wealthy where it matters most. That's what this article was talking about. But see, notice Jerry is just like Kim and Steven is just like Kim. They don't have to have a talent to get all this money. The only talent that they got to do is they got to be willing to not hold anything sacred. So if it come down to your players, and their contract disputes. Where most organizations is not going to put that in the public. Nah, not Steven and Jerry. They gonna put that all in the public. You gonna know every funky detail. Just like you can look up anytime you want the sex tape of Kim Kardashian. You can go look up any detail you want, and they go tell you. They go tell you the sad version of how they see things, and it's all about publicity. They are literally running the exact same play as Kim freaking Kardashian. Freaking the Kardashians. And this is not a lie. This is what they do. So if you ever sit back and you say, why in the world was they telling everybody if we can't get rid of Amari? If we can't get rid of Amari, if we can't trade for Amari, we go just let him go. And you look around the league and you notice other teams don't do that. And it increases the value of that asset when you just do business in silence. But they don't. It's because they raking it in. That's why I started the show with that A Milli by Lil Wayne. But it was actually wrong. It's more so a Billy. Because this game and this publicity game that they play is worth billions, y'all. Billions. This is not $1 million game that they play. This is $1 billion game that they play. And it's so much money, they just can't shut up. They can't. So for instance, Colin Cowherd broke this down, man. Just keeping it real. Colin Cowherd broke down in 2016 that the Dallas Cowboys made about $250 million on just the publicity of Dak.
Yoga fire.
Think about that. $250 million on just the publicity of Dak competing against Romo and having that epic year that he did. $250 million. If you making $250 million from publicity, if you don't care about football on slow days, all you go do is you go stir up the bee's nest. That's exactly what you go do. Because it's time to pay some bills. Let's get some headlines. So it is nothing sacred at all. Nothing. Just like it's nothing sacred to the Kardashians. Nothing. All their marriages are in the public. All their pregnancies are in the public. All the drama is in the public. Good and bad. But that's the price for billions. When you don't want to actually develop a skill. When you don't want to learn how to sing. When you don't want to learn how to act. When you don't want to learn how to win. See, Robert Kraft is chasing Jerry in terms of win. He's chasing him. And he gets close, but Jerry always pulls away. Because to actually grow wealth from being a winning football organization is way tougher than just throwing your best people under the bus. So a lot of people sit back and like, dang, this dude really did throw Mike McCarthy under the bus. How did he do that? How can winning be first and you literally conduct yourself like that? Because winning is not first. Winning is about third on their list. On their list, and I'm going to tell you the order of what's important. Number one on their list is appearing right in the public. Ego. That's number one. Number two on their list in terms of order of importance, money. Number three, it's important, but it's not first. Number 3 is then winning. It's important to him, but it's down the list. And all you got to do, I'm going to show you. Look closely at what he said. See, you know your boy Boss be breaking this stuff down, man. You can't get this stuff over me, man. You can't play no games with your boy Boss. I'm going to see right through you most of the time. Then I'm going to take a call. Then I'm going to get back into this content. Oh, man.
Yoga fire.
Ooh. Jerry Jones on off-field attention. He said when you spend 30-something years saying, see, that's where he messed up. He said he spent 30 years, right? Hold on. You've been owning the Cowboys longer than 30 years. So basically what he's saying is it was certain parts when he was winning those Super Bowls, because it was about 26 years since we appeared in a Super Bowl. So what was happening in those 4 years since he said 30? Because he owned it for longer than 30. He was actually at one point putting football first, but he changed. Because remember when he first purchased the Cowboys, he said winning is the only thing. Winning is what we must do. Winning is what we will do. And there was no price too high for Jerry to win. If he needed to trade players, he did. He didn't fall in love with them. He got rid of Herschel, which was his best asset. If he had to sit back and let Jimmy Johnson do his thing, if that's the cost of winning, that's what it costs.
Yoga fire.
People forgot that when Emmitt Smith was holding out to get paid, we started off 0-2. And when we started off 0-2, Charles Haley walked into the locker room and threw a helmet at Jerry's head. Jerry said if he wouldn't have ducked, that helmet put a big old hole in the wall. Listen.
Perfect.
Did Jerry fire him? Why? Because winning was first. Yeah. So now these players can't even speak out. See, the old Jerry would take literally a helmet coming at his head. Yeah, a whole helmet. He had to duck. That's a true story. So yeah, he's changed. So now publicity is first. Money is first. No, actually it's second. Being right is first. See, let's go back to what he said. Let's look at it. He said, when you spend 30-something years saying, look at us. Hey, wait, you're looking away. Yeah, he talking about publicity. He spent 30 freaking years fighting for people to look. This is about money, y'all. He don't want people to look because he want to be loved. He want people to look because he can charge advertisers more for the brand. There's an epic value that the Cowboys receive from being the talk of the town every morning talk show. Yeah. He said, hey, wait, you're looking away. We're the Cowboys. Look at us. He said, when it's been that way, then when you have some things you might not want to look at, you get looked at. That's good. In other words, he's saying this publicity money, now runs itself. But what are you talking about? What recently did you not want people to look at? Huh? What was that? What are you talking about? Oh, all it takes is to just think for a second. Randy freaking Gregory. So we was all telling you on Boss Cowboy Sports, they never go quiet. But with that Randy Gregory thing, him and Steven went quiet. Real quiet. Which is not like them. They canceled their interviews for the fan. Yeah, they wanted it to go away. They wanted a whole new cycle. So it showed you that they really not like Kim. Because Kim, she don't care. She don't care if she pregnant, she gained weight. She don't care if her husband cheated on her. Hey, bring them cameras in. This how we make this money. Bring those cameras in. Don't take them cameras off us. This how we get it. Yeah, this how we get that money. But see, them Jones is different. When it came down to that publicity on their names, oh, they didn't want that. Oh, they didn't want that. So when it's time for Dak to get paid, oh, Steven don't mind saying, hey, we just trying to get Dak to realize if he take a team-friendly deal, we can put more pieces around him. Just using his name in the public. Falsely. Same thing with Jared. With Mike McCarthy. Told the whole world. Put all those cameras in his sacred location. Was supposed to be private with Mike McCarthy. He told the whole world, I'm so wonderful that I was able to help keep Dan Quinn because I basically offered Dan Quinn your job, Mike. Told the world. That was so Kim Kardashian of you, Jerry. So Kim Kardashian. So nothing is sacred for that money. Nothing. Yeah. And poor fans, we get angry every year. Every year, the poor fans. Because we love this team. We want to win. Every year we get disappointed. Every year we angry. Every year we say this is going to be our last year. And we fall for the banana in the tailpipe every year. And because we love this team and there's so many of us, they continue to play us over and over and over for publicity. And then Jerry will come out like he always does. And he will give you his token statement. And he will say, the fans will be surprised to know what I will be willing to pay if I could write a check and just appear in the Super Bowl. Y'all would be shocked at what I would be willing to pay. And yeah, it would be expensive. Because guess what? If he decided to be quiet, he's risking publicity. He's risking trying to win it the hard way. He's trying to win, because when you stop talking, then the only thing people go focus on is football. But you don't want the subject on just football. You want the distractions. Let me take some calls real quick. Let me take some calls, man. Shoot. All right, go pull up this call line. We'll talk to people. All right, here we go. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Big bro, boss.
What's up with it?
What's going on, man? This Lamar.
What's up, Lamar?
Man, I've been waiting to call you for about the last 2 weeks. I've been letting everybody go. I've just been waiting, man.
All right, what's up? What's on your mind, big dog?
All right, first off, before we get on everything, thank you for everything you're doing for the Cowboy Nation, bro. I appreciate all your stuff you're doing for us and everything, man.
No problem, big dog.
Insight other than the other podcasters and everything, man. It's really greatly appreciated, bro.
Oh man, I love what I do, big dog. I really do. I love it.
I already know it. That's why I follow you, man. I appreciate you. Second, I don't remember if you remember the first time I called, but it was when we called right after a couple weeks after the San Francisco game. And I brought up, I was on the verge of boycott and all that, and I was saying that if the fans would just not watch or not attend 2 games, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
When I was saying like the Rams game and then the first home game.
I remember that conversation.
And that's what you're saying right now with Jerry Jones. That's exactly what I was pertaining to as to how we can probably make an impact. Now, it won't be a great impact, but it'll be some sort of an impact just to let him know that, hey, winning got to come first. And it's just, I don't even think, like you said, it's the ego. What was the second one? I forgot it.
Ego.
You said ego.
Money, then winning.
Money was, okay, yeah, ego, money, then winning. And I would actually throw in there before ego, man. I would just, the relevancy. You know what I mean? And maybe that ties in all 3 of them. But just to be relevant, to be the first name out there, like you said, you can turn on any media channel, any YouTube, any Facebook, and you're going to see something about the Cowboys. And we all know they're getting a cut of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, bro, it's like you said, it's every year. Every year we fall for it. And I honestly, I don't even, like you said, the Randy Gregory issue came back. I'll say the one he really didn't want us to look at, but he's kind of he's kind of okay with us looking into is what happened with him and the little daughter that's supposed to came out of nowhere for 25 years. Ain't that in that same 30-year span?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, however you want to look at it or however you want to do it, bro, it's like, it's there. But the problem is just like we always say, it's that insane narrative. They keep putting out there what we gonna allow them to put out there.
Right.
And I look at it like this, and this one here might be a little bit off topic or whatever, but I'm looking at it like this. Okay. Jerry Jones, to me, has forgotten how to work for what he got. Or he just pushing it off. Because like you said in the beginning, Jerry, he wasn't all in the media because he was trying to pay back that loan.
Mm-hmm.
That he got to get the Cowboys.
Right.
He you know what I mean? So
yes.
He wasn't all in the media and all that, but once he got the money and got everything, that's when he became the Jerry Jones of now. So hey, guess what? That's in that 30-year span. So, but also on top of that, when you look at it that aspect, look at Stephen Jones. He never had to work for it. It just got handed to him.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not sure. Okay, well, let me do it like this too.
All right.
Boss, how'd you become a Cowboy
fan? I was born into it, big dog. That's how I became one. I was born into it. My family introduced me to the Cowboys. I was a Cowboy when we was losers. I was a Cowboy in the 80s. You know what I mean? I was a youngster.
And see, that was what I was getting at. And most of us fans, if you unless you like Coach Maul, Law, the older generation, unless y'all was there before, when it was Tom Landry and all that, that generation can say they became Cowboy fans because of Cowboy fans. Our generation, where we're 40 and younger, we all got handed down into it. So if you think about it, yes, a lot of us that don't buy into the insane narrative are seeing why it's okay for Stephen Jones to do what he do, because we are the same. We got handed down into the Cowboys. But there are some that's like you, Law, Big Game James, the OC, everybody that's trying to get us to see that, hey, that's not the right way to go, even though we was handed into this, and even though Stephen Jones got handed to this, it don't mean it's right. I mean, 8 plus 1 is 9. So is 3 plus 5. or folk, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you know, there's different ways to do it, where you give it the same answer, bro. And that's just my thing, man. It's like if it ain't you, Law, or Big Game James, bro, it's really hard for me to just stay in doing this. Like, my birthday was February 28th. My wife got me a Dak jersey. I told her, babe, I really wish you wouldn't, but I appreciate it. I'm just being real, you know. And she looked at me, you know, I always wanted the Dak jersey since he came in the league. She got me one, so I had to accept it. But I was like, babe, you really just don't know how bad I wanted to just like, man, between baby and boss and everybody, y'all the only ones keeping me holding on, man. And like you said, I became a fan the 1 in 15 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I saw my family yelling and screaming at the TV with pride, even though we were losing.
Fire!
Right. I mean, yeah. Most of us go die Cowboy fans, though. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
If some people go walk away, I'm not walking away. I'm not walking away from my family for Jerry and Steven, because I was a Cowboy fan before they was owners. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Right.
And I was.
That's why I was saying with that with the generation, like me, I wasn't old enough. You know, I was like 4 or 5 that year. You know what I mean? So like you said, I was born into it at the same. You know, I was born into it, but I just remembered that 1 in 15 year was my first year.
Yeah. So I say this, man. We can win. We can win, but the moon's got to align, the planets got to align, Jupiter got to be facing east. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything got to align. Like the
and you're right, but that's my problem. Because why does it have to be like that for us every year? Like, I mean, really, bro. Like, every year we gotta, for us to be good, or for us to be even in our sight, a Super Bowl, everything gotta be lined up perfectly. You know what I mean? Like, Cincinnati made it to the Super Bowl, and their offensive line was trash.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why we can't get the ball to fall our way one time?
It can. We got close a couple of times. The Dez catch maybe could have sent us over, right? We was a kick away from going to the next level in 2016. So it's times to where those guys, because this is one thing about Jerry, though. I give Jerry and Steven, they share spankings on this channel, right? Everybody know that. Mm-hmm. But neither one of them are stupid, though. You know what I'm saying? That part.
Most definitely.
See, because a lot of people trying to figure out, why do they talk? Well, I'm telling you why they talk. They talk because they make millions talking. Most people making millions and billions talking go keep talking. So they not dumb. You know what I'm saying? They are enterprise men. They are. Both of them are very smart. But what they doing, Lamar, they trying to mix too much into winning, right? They trying to mix too much in that formula. That's what it is. You know what I mean? They feel like they so smart that I can make publicity money and I can have us win a championship at the same time. No, you can't.
Well, at the same, like what you just said, boss. Answer me this: it doesn't that fall in the same in a different sense of what the Playmaker told us? Ain't that the NFL now?
No, not on the publicity, but what the Playmaker was talking about was systems over Playmakers.
Well, I know he was talking about the systems and everything, but what I'm saying is like the NFL has changed the way, bro. If you're not marketing, okay, well, you're right. It's just the Cowboys.
It's like, just the Cowboys.
Like he said, it
we
for just
alone.
The Cowboys. Like I'm
we
not
are
looking
alone,
at
bro.
else. I'm looking at it for the Cowboys. With what he said, it's just that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just
we by ourselves, dog.
You got this. You got this narrative in your head that you're trying to change and do better or be certain type of way, and it's not what it is. You know what I mean? It's not what you don't need the scheme to fit players. You need the players to fit the scheme. You don't need to be in the media. You don't need to be in the public. You don't need to be relevant all the time. You just need to win. I can't believe what was it? I think Law right after the playoff game posted that video of or a thing where Jimmy Johnson had put a picture out or something out that showed, you know, the Super Bowl where they was in the streets of Dallas into the Super Bowl. He said, "This is what happens if you win." Like that tells you everything in that one picture. You don't have to worry about your relevancy and your ego and all that stuff. The money and everything will come if you just win. And that's the part that I feel like Jerry forgot because he wants to stay relevant. He wants to, like you said, he wants to be in the media. He wants to be up front. He wants to get that extra. Get that extra by winning. You ain't got to get it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's 6 plus 3. Lamar, you know what I mean? There's different ways to do it, but you're going to still end up with 9.
Lamar, this is the problem. A lot of people go take shortcuts when they see it's an easier path to the money. Right? You with me on that?
I can't deny that.
Because you right.
I can't deny that one.
You would.
I can't deny that one, bro.
You would make a hell of a lot of money if they put winning first. But the problem is winning rings is hard. That's why it's only so many organizations with 5 or 6. You know what I mean? Out of all these years. You know what I mean? So he over here thinking, I can win a Super Bowl and make more billions, or I can just keep using my players as bait for the angry mob and make the same money.
Bruh. And the thing about it is that look at the talent over these 30 years that will be wasted from that method. Yeah. Yeah, it's being wasted. Part. Lamar, let me take another call because we hogging, bro. Let me get a couple of more calls here. Hey, can I get like 2 minutes? 1 minute. I got one thing I want to read you real fast.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Have you ever seen the movie Moneyball with Brad Pitt?
Probably.
Okay, it was about the little baseball dude that wanted to change baseball with the
philosophy. I never saw it. Don't spoil it either. I don't want to hear it. Don't conclude because don't mess up the movie, big dog.
Well, it's an old movie. It's like 20.
Don't mess up the movie for your boy, dog. Let me watch the movie first.
Listen, bro. It's okay. I'm gonna tell you what. Just look up the summary. That's all I was just gonna read you the summary of it because I watched the movie, but I just
go ahead. Just spoil it. It's cool. Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead. Read it.
All right. Is Billy Beane, general manager of the Oakland A's, one day has an empathy. Baseball conventional wisdom is all wrong. Faced with a tight budget, Benny must reinvent his team by outsmarting the richer ball clubs. Joining forces with Peter Brand, being prepared to challenge old school traditions, he recruits bargain bin players whom the scouts have labeled as flawed, but have game-winning potential. Who that sound like?
That sound like Steven right now. Sure does.
Appreciate it. That's all I needed, bro. I love you, man. Keep up doing the good work. That's all I needed, my guy.
Hey, man, good quote. Loved it. All right, big dog.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro.
That was Lamar, man, making his voice matter. So we got the call lines open. So y'all call on in. Yeah. So there it is. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Boss, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Coach?
Hey, man, we ain't talking football. We talking the realism of the Cowboys, man.
Yeah.
You know, I was just listening to you, man. Jerry wanted to stand for a scene talked about recently. That's what he wants. The S for scene, the T for talk, the A for about, and the R for recently. That's all he wants. He wanted to be seen, talked about recently. And that's what he wants to start to represent.
Seen, talked about recently.
That's what he wants, man.
That's what recently. That's the star. Seen, talked about recently. God damn.
That's it.
That's the star.
That's his star. Yeah, that's what he wanted to be.
God, dog.
And you know something, man. You know, you we we talk about clickbait. Clickbait equals bandwagon people, which equals money. Because if you get enough bandwagon people to look at the clickbait, you follow the bandwagon, you follow the money. And it's a bad thing what you said in your first presentation, man. You got a bunch of players there that won't say anything. Man, you know something? Cooper said something, he was gone. Right? You cannot tell me, by the life of me, that Ezekiel Elliott is happy with his carries going down by 100 carries in the last 2 years. But you know what? Ezekiel don't say anything.
Right.
As long as he don't say anything, he told the line, right? We'll keep you here. But if he was to come out and say, I need the ball more, right? He would have been gone.
Yep.
But every player that may be coming out with some publicity type stuff, they're gone because you're not. Jerry, you know, he said 30 years, and boss, you know, I've been around. Yeah, I was around Tom Landry years, and the thing that the Cowboys were, but they was a show, but they was when they were sold to Jerry had mentioned when he first bought the Cowboys that the Cowboys was too popular not to have the publicity they had. But like you said, for the first 5 or 6 years, he had to get out of that debt that he was in. So he allowed Jimmy to do his thing. And he knew that he had to get some winning there to spike the interest back into the Cowboys. But you can always, it makes no difference how rich you are or what type of person you are. You can always get blinded by the stardom. And once you get blinded by the stardom, it burns the retina of trying to see how you did to get to a championship. And now now we in the point now that we're trying to build the conglomerate of an $8 billion franchise. But that doesn't last for long because when you get to a point, boss, it's going to get to a point. If this continues to go on for another 6, 7 years or not even getting to the NFC Championship, you're going to lose some luster. But you know this. How do people get advertised? How do people get endorsements and everything? People get endorsements because if they are polarizing people. Either people love you or they hate you. That's how you get, I forgot what rating they call that when you trying to get, they say, what a rating is when people trying to see if you good for advertisement or good to, people can follow you or put you out there, because that rating tells people how much people want to click in to see you, because people want to click in if they hate you, and they want to click in if they love you. There's no middle ground with Cowboy. If you go ask 100 football fans out there, there's no middle ground with the Cowboys. Either they hate them or they love them. There's middle ground with all the other NFL teams. Some teams you might ask somebody say, "Oh, they all right." I don't really care about them. But with the Cowboys, all the football world either hate them or they love them. And that means they're polarizing. And if they're polarizing, they're good for all media. So Jared doesn't even care about, he cares about making the players, the fans that hate the Cowboys feel good. You don't just make money because you care about the fans that like the Cowboys. He likes sometimes the success, for the publicity or bad publicity or failures, to get the haters on board. Because all clickbait equals bandwagon, and it equals money.
Yep. Yep. He said it's crazy.
But that's
he
the
said,
start,
hold
boss.
on real quick, Coach. He said when it's been that way, then when you have some things you might not want to look at, you get looked at. That's good.
That's right. Star means start talked about recently. Seen talked about recently. That's what
Seen
that was
talked
his star
about
means.
recently. Coach,
That's right.
Coach, that's a fantastic acronym. Killed it. Seen talked about recently. That is
That's right.
the method of the Jones and Kim Kardashian. They want to be seen, talked about recently.
That's right. That's because as long as they talked about and they always in the conversation, they mean they're getting clickbait. And clickbait means people jumps on the bandwagons to find out what the clickbait is all about. And when they jump on the bandwagon, you follow the bandwagon, you're going to find money.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Keep preaching it, boss. I know the next comment, I'm going to be listening to your next segment, but your next segment need to go into how you going to talk about you need a tight end and you tag Schultz.
Now you don't get me started on that, Coach.
They don't want to be wrong, boss. You're right. They would do anything not to say they were wrong, but they know that was a dumb decision by tagging Schultz. I know they think they're like,
Coach,
well, no, we could have
how
been that
in
off.
the world is Schultz tag cost the cost of Bobby Wagner?
Yoga fire.
Man, listen, Bobby Wagner said he won $11 million, boss. Let me just one quick thing about breaking down Bobby Wagner. If I would give him $11 million, I would give him if I would give him $11 million tomorrow, because out of that $11 million, $6 million would be for him to pay linebacker. $5 million of that $11 million would be because now I can put Parsons more at edge and pass rusher where he can hold the middle down, so I don't have to spend no money for an edge rusher. Now, right? So it won't be all $11 million for linebacker. You're gonna get two positions out $11 million, Steven.
Yeah. So number one is ego. Number two is money. And number three is winning. And you said C talked about recently. What's the A? Oh, about C talked about recently. God dog, Coach. Oh man.
Yoga fire.
Let me take this next
That's
call,
what he
Coach.
want, man.
Let me take this next call, Coach.
All right, man.
All right. Loved it. Coach, man, y'all know I'm going to steal that from Coach. I'm going to give him credit, but I got to steal it. I'm going to call B Bird. I see B Bird. B Bird be always bringing that fire. Let me call B Bird. Then I'm going to call. Them call Jessica after that.
Hey, what's up, boss?
What's up, B?
Not much, man. I was enjoying the conversation, man. I appreciate the format you got there, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What's your
I
thoughts?
want to speak on some of the things y'all been talking about, but I do want to talk a little bit of football after that. But I want to say, to me, I think if you look at Jerry Jones and his ownership, he got the team, and within 5 years he had 2 Super Bowls, going on 3. I think Jerry really thought it was easy. That's the conversation he had about Jimmy said 500 other coaches can coach this team to a Super Bowl, and that's why he went on fired them. And so one of the things I'll just point to you is I don't think people need to say this out loud, and just think about this for a minute. We kind of gloss over it that Jimmy Johnson won back-to-back Super Bowls, and Jerry Jones fired him. So he fired a coach coming off back-to-back Super Bowls. We gloss over that, but you got to think about the ego to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's really crazy, and we kind of gloss over it because it's old news. But just think now, if a guy won 2 Super Bowls, then the owner comes in and just say, "Hey, man, look, blah blah blah, you're fired." People be looking at him crazy.
Yeah.
But but I think what Jerry I always think this because the mental part. This is why I like your show, because you kind of go into the mindset of what Jerry, Stephen, and what the whole thing is, and I appreciate that because I think that's where our problem is. But I think what it is Jerry and them thought it was easy. And so they said, man, look, we've been here 5 years. We won 2. We smarter than everybody in the league. Look at us, look at us, look at us. But Jerry wanted the credit for it, so he kicked Jimmy out because his personality is too big. He's getting all the credit for it. So then he goes on. Now we're in 26 years. But I think somewhere along the way, Jerry found out that, man, look, this winning thing is hard. There's 31 other teams out there trying to win too. And I'm not real good at this winning thing, but what I am good is generating revenue. This Cowboys is a gold mine. These people love this team. It ain't nothing I can do that's going to make them stop loving this team. And, man, guess what we're going to do? We're going to ride this thing out, man. We found a gold mine. I mean, they found Bitcoin before Bitcoin was even there. And so what Jerry's found, I think he said, what we're going to shift our focus on revenue. And then if we win along the way, then, we win a Super Bowl, man, great. But what we're going to do is we're going to shift our focus to generating revenue, but we have to win some because that's part of the generating revenue thing. And I don't even think that, like, when you put them down on the list as far as winning, that's where it goes. Because I think they found in their heart and minds that we don't know how to win, man. And we want to do this thing our way. We want to stay in the public. We want to stay in the limelight. And that's another thing on the other side of that. Fame, man, is a drug, man. So I'll tell you this. I can name you, if I name you 10 billionaires right now, a lot of people, most people will know who I was talking about. So what rich people do is they purchase franchises to become famous. They're not famous because of their money, because nobody knows them in the oil industry, in the tech industry. But what they do is they purchase. So think about this. Jerry was rich in oil. Nobody knew who he was. Now he's in a football owner. He's signing $100 bills out the window and all that. He's famous, man. That famous stuff and people putting mics in your face all the time, and that stuff becomes contagious, man. So I think they're addicted to the fame also.
Yoga fire.
Yeah, Coach. That's deep what you just talked about. I mean to call you Coach. Well, you are Coach.
Yeah.
B-Bird. Coach.
Yeah.
That's deep what you talked about, because one of the things that they taught us in school is I think it was called the Maslow hierarchy of needs, right? And most people never reach the highest level. And the highest level is called self-actualization, okay? And that's where you got all the money in the world and you begin to do those things that's just important to you. It's about self-actualization, about doing those things that's just important to you. Like, it's obviously been controversy over the slap with Will Smith. But one of the reasons Will Smith could literally go up to a guy and slap him, right, in the middle of the Oscars is because he's rich enough to do it, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And so to your point, it's amazing point what you just said is a lot of this has really nothing to do with just winning. It has more to do with what makes those billionaires feel significant. That's why, to just echo your point a little bit and just steal it, that's why Steven gets such a high at the contract table on the negotiations. You know what I'm saying? My boss, yeah, it's that high. It's not about just winning the football team. He gotta feel like, as a billionaire, that I'm doing something that other people can't do. I'm gonna make Dak be team friendly when none of these other owners able to do it. They're trying to get self-actualization out of stuff that's outside of winning. Straight up.
Yeah, and one of the things I never, okay, so I'm going to be probably on an island on this. I don't give Jerry a lot. I give him credit for building the brand of the Cowboys. But the thing about it is that the Cowboys, in my younger days when I used to watch, they were the most watched team in sports at that point in time. We're talking about the 70s. So what he did is he took the Cowboys and he realized, hey, there's a lot of untapped potential here. And so what he did is he did promote them more, but it's not like he took the Jaguars or he took the Browns or he took the Dolphins or he took one of these mundane organizations and made them into it. Now that would be impressive. But he took a team that was already the most watched, most either loved or hated, just like Coach just said, team in the league, and he milked it and he magnified it. But what it was is the league has magnified since the 80s and the 90s 3 or 4 times. So as they have magnified, and with social media, the Cowboys have also magnified too. So what I'm trying to say is, if just a regular owner would have had the Cowboys, they would still be must-see TV right now. They would still be the most sought after on Monday night, Sunday night, and on primetime games. They would still be that because that's what they were before him.
What was your football thoughts, Coach B. Bird?
So so with the Cooper thing, I didn't like any parts of that. But I would have to say this, and this is the football part. I think that I didn't like the demeanor I don't like laid back dudes like Cooper, right? And people say, well, that guy's a quiet leader. I don't believe in quiet leaders. I don't think you do either. I think that leaders you see them, they're vocal, and they let it be known, and people follow them. And they have a little bit of like, hey, I better do this. Why? This dude here gonna get on me type stuff. They have some accountability there that they have on other players. And what I'm trying to say is I think Cooper was just like, hey, whatever you want me to do. I don't think you can be like that as a wide receiver, alpha, and I think that our offense needs that. So I didn't like that about him. So I'm just saying some positives in there. It's a lot of negatives in the move. He's a great player, but I didn't like his demeanor. But I was going to ask you this question, man, and this is something that was kind of on my mind last year, and just see what you thought about this. Mm-hmm. So going into the year, with CD, Gallup, and Cooper, we had 3 good wide receivers. Mm-hmm. But I always thought that we had 3 wide receivers that were close to being the same. And I'm of the mindset of having a top-off type guy, a guy that can burn down the field that defenders are afraid of and come back a couple of yards on. Why? Because I'm afraid this guy going to get on top of me and get over me. So I back up a little bit. That helps your running game. That helps everything. Also, too, maybe a guy that's about 6'3" or 6'4" that can high point balls. And then you have a route runner or whatever. But I always like to mix up my wide receivers. What do you think about that thought process? Because I thought all our wide receivers kind of the same type dudes last year.
Man, it's a lot of truth in what you said. Then there's some things I slightly disagree with. But let's start with where I agree with you. I do definitely believe that as much as possible, your receiving core should resemble a basketball team, right? Because with most traditional basketball teams, you have the variety of sizes because you have the variety of jobs, right? So your point is going to be the general of the court generally. He's going to be the guy that's generally that you want to be your leader and your floor guy who go call the offense and that type of stuff and facilitate the ball. But he's also usually shorter, right? Then you got your rim protectors. I ain't going to talk about all of the different roles, but you get what I'm saying. Everybody on the basketball team is a different size because of the roles. You right. In terms of size, most of our guys are 6'1", 6'2" types, right? And you can't really trust those guys and have confidence in those guys to be red zone guys when they're 6'1" types. You know what I mean? Versus, I think your smarter teams diversify their receiving core size. Like, I've been lobbying for the last 4 years for us to get a DAC friendly supersized weapon. That's literally what I call it. A guy that's a route runner as well as a possession guy. Because I always said since Kellen Moore took over that we great between the 20s. Our offense slowed down heavily in that red zone. So we need more people that's point specialists, points. You know what I mean? So in that I agree with you. And where I don't agree is Amari was all the same as those other two. I say from me viewing Amari was way more explosive than Lamb and Gallup. And I could tell you from playing corner, people like Amari are literally scary. You know what I mean? Because they so explosive, they'll be coming out they break before you can come out your back pedal. You know what I'm saying? And they go get clear separation from explosion. And from talking to players, like, because a friend of mine, I'm actually going to see a couple of college draftees tomorrow, right? And I'm go watch one of my friends who are NFL trainer, and one of the things that me and him discussed is those corners out there that work out against Amari, because some of those guys are out there, like Anthony Brown. I'm gonna probably see some of those guys tomorrow. Anthony Brown working out all those guys, right? Yeah. They'll tell you straight up, because I asked them, who is the scariest person to cover? I knew to ask that question as a corner. All of them at the same time would always say Amari. And it ain't even close. You know what I'm saying? They would say, yeah, nobody wanted to cover Amari. Matter of fact, a couple of the corners, I'm not going to name their names, you know what I'm saying? But a couple of the corners who played for Dallas, right, literally talked about that Amari would make guys in one-on-one drill skip. Because you know how one-on-one work, the receiver come up, then the next corner come up, guys would be, go ahead, you get that rep. Yeah. So Amari was on another level.
What do you think about a speed guy? It seems like we don't really value that.
I think speed is overrated. The reason why speed is overrated to me is because on average a quarterback is going to only throw about 1.5 deep balls a game, right? So where this receiver supposed to be your number one threat, most teams not even go make a lot of vertical attempts. I think the most important thing for a receiver is his ability to get separation consistently, because then that quarterback is going to see that a lot more than vertical threats. And then you could also take away speed a lot with scheme. You can run cover 3 to take away speed. You can run cover 4 to take away speed. It's a lot of speed counters. You know what I mean? So, but if we get, this draft has both. They have route runners that are also speed guys. So if I can get both, I want both. But I would prefer the route guy. My last example, Cooper Kupp. Most people don't know this, only ran a 4.6. Yeah. But nobody gets open better.
He still catch deep balls.
Yeah. That's why I say speed overrated.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice ran a 4.6.
Let me ask you a question real quick, man. So you know, we talk about Cooper and I like Cooper. When I was saying it wasn't a dig at him. Maybe his demeanor I didn't like. I'm used to Irvin. I'm used to Dez, you know. But are the Cowboys adverse to conflict? What I mean by that is, like your team is not going to have 53 people that all in lockstep. I mean, some of these teams out here, you're going to have some conflict. You're going to still win with that conflict. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes conflict isn't bad. So to me, I think Cooper kind of fell out of line. Maybe you know, during the year, you know, with some of the COVID stuff or whatever. But I think that he got into their doghouse maybe when he spoke out a little bit. He didn't speak out a lot, but it seems like anytime somebody says something opposite of what the Joneses want, I mean, they didn't sign their ticket to get out of town, but that can't be it, you know? And I'm going to let you go after that, brother. I'll let you speak on that last thing.
Cool. All right, I'll go ahead and speak on that then, B.
I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, thank you, B-Bird.
Yeah.
That was B-Bird. So, it's hard to say if it's the conflict that make our front office run off all these number ones, because the pattern is not clear. T.O., number one, ran off before his time. Dez, was ran off. I'm not gonna say before his time. He was at the cusp of getting ready to likely start going downhill. But most knew that the way that they did it was inappropriate, right? Then you got how Amari was done. I think in the case of Amari, I think from listening to the Joneses, listening to Kelly Moore, I don't think it was just a personal. I think it was premeditated. And I think when they signed him to that contract, they already knew that they had a vision to try to replace him. I think that's more so what happened. That's why Zeke was extended and he was not extended last year. Before the COVID, before the drama, before he spoke out, they never extended him. Which is more so saying to me, they had a big picture plan to try to go into this receiver by committee and phase out number ones. And it's what the Playmaker was talking about. Now, it does look petty, and I do believe that they used, him speaking out. I think they did use him not being vaccinated as petty excuses as to reasons to publicly vent we want to move on and that we're frustrated, right? But when I look at the details of it, y'all targeted him like y'all didn't want him. Y'all gave him a contract like you didn't want him. Y'all didn't give him an 88. You gave him Bryce Butler number. You know what I mean? Even though this man, when he first got there, had clear 88 performances. So, I think it's not even as personal as it is business. I think Stephen Jones is committed to the concept of receiver by committee. I think he wants to give it its full chance to try to win with it. I think he stubbornly go ride with Kelly Moore all the way to try to give that receiver by committee a chance. He clearly said when he was asked at the combine, he said, why didn't Amari get his targets? He didn't say the vaccination. He didn't say we mad at him. He didn't say he's not a dog, he don't talk enough. He said, it's our philosophy. That was the first thing out of his mouth. Our philosophy. So, and we were saying that way before he said it at the combine, that it's a battle between playmakers versus systems. And in this go around, the systems won. The systems won. That's why all of us should be, and I'm keeping it real, we should be rooting against all the teams that unloaded their number ones. So I officially want Mahomes to super stink. Listen to me. I want Mahomes to take a major slump. I do. I know Aaron Rodgers is. Aaron Rodgers is not going to look the same without Adams because they don't have decent number 2s and 3s over there. He's going to struggle, and we want that. And at the very same time, guess what else we want? We want Amari to kill it over there with Watson.
Perfect.
We want this to be a case study next year on systems versus playmakers. And what we want to be able to say by December of next year is the experiment by the oligarchs. Okay? I call them oligarchs, right? These billionaire owners who come together and collude and try to devalue certain position groups for financial gain. Right? I want all of that to fail so that it can be looking Steven dead in his face where it's undeniable that you need weapons. I hope this is the last experiment of trying to go backwards to a committee when you have a playmaker in-house. because I want to increase our chances for 6 and not lose them. But hey, I don't see no more calls, so I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the show. I sure appreciate everybody. If y'all don't call in, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. But man, you know, it's Boss Cowboy Sports, man. We always appreciate y'all coming in. You know, talking football with your boy Boss. And I really wanted to talk about this one because this is one that I'm certain a lot of people don't see. After this show, it should be clear. Everybody should clearly understand why we talk so much. The Cowboys talk so much because that publicity money is overwhelming. And they have factored into the cake that they go try to win and make all that publicity money at the same time. It's a hard ask. It's almost impossible. But they go try to do it and they go keep trying to do it. Make sure y'all hit that like button and also share this content. Because this is another one I'm certain people have kind of no idea what they looking at. I mean, people that follow this show, you should really see clear that, yes, the Cowboys are no different than the Kardashians. Just like the Kardashians have literally no privacy, there is nothing sacred. Those cameras are first because those cameras generate the billions. We showed you their net worth. It's real. They're more than paid. They super paid. Kim is so paid, she don't even get married for money. She get married for the publicity. That's why everybody that they date and that they kick it with, not all of them, but most of them, man, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't mess with no broke. Yeah, it gotta be a publicity benefit or Kim ain't doing it. And if it's a publicity benefit, the Joneses are doing it. It don't matter what it is. Throwing your quarterback under the bus, throwing your running back under the bus with Zeke who. It don't matter. It don't matter at all, you know, with Tank. You'll say he's no Von Miller, he's no Khalil Mack. They go do anything to make those headlines. And that's just the toxicity that we married to. All of us, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I ain't never told you the truth. We are all Kanye West, man. We are Kanye West. And we are married to a toxic organization. Hey, our wife is Kim Kardashian, Khloe, or any one of them. That's who we married to. But like good old Cowboy fans, we gonna be committed. That's what we gonna do. And the best way to be committed is just tell the truth on what we seeing, you know, and don't hold back. Let them know we see clearly why y'all run those plays that y'all run. And so also, I appreciate everybody that continues to donate to Boss Cowboy Sports. You know, it's because of y'all financial contributions that we able to continue to build this channel. And hopefully y'all like the content that we bring on this channel, because we really try to bring you the best content. We really do. The book again is done. I'm excited that the book is done. It's going to be released either tonight or tomorrow. Sometimes it takes about 24 hours for the publication to go all the way through. So maybe by Tuesday evening, y'all be able to get your first look at the Boss Cowboy Guide, which is my third book, talking about the off season and the candidates that fit the Dallas Cowboys and the philosophies in the off season. So I'm super excited about the book to get it, the first part of it finished. Y'all make sure y'all purchase it. And then we go also go through the book on the show. That's what's gonna make this year different, is we gonna be able to add video content to the book itself and go through a lot of video, go through a lot of, you know, ranks and stuff. And then we go do simulations and that kind of stuff. A lot of simulators. So I have done no simulators. I have been in the complete black. For those who don't know what the black is, I don't watch the NFL Network. I don't watch some of my favorite content guys that might specialize in draft content. I watch nothing. The only thing I do is research and then put together my own rank. I do the guide in a way to where I'm not influenced by outsiders. I go to a place that I call black. That way when I come out, I'm uninfluenced, and then when we go back and forth on these candidates, I've already done independent research. And then I'll be able to hold my own and have a real conviction on what I really know that I see versus not functioning what I call groupthink. And that's where you're psychologically influenced by the most popular rumors. I talk about that in one of the chapters. It's how not to get and fall for groupthink. But man, I always appreciate everybody from Boss Cowboy Sports. I really appreciate how y'all sharing this content, helping grow this channel. And y'all continue to do that, man. All the way until we really, really rocking and making real big waves when we speak. Because that's the goal of Boss Cowboy Sports, is that eventually we will have so many subscribers that all we gonna have to do is have one conversation and it's gonna vibrate through the whole Dallas community. That's exactly what we gonna do. But y'all stay up, man. It's Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. Peace.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Shout out Sean.